and welcome to the podcast that discusses all things gaming. Coming to you from the home of Indie PopCon, Gen Con, and the gaming capital of the world, we are the Established Facts.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 142. I'm not really sure what that was.
He meowed.
Oh, did he meow? All I heard was
a long time ago.
That's right.
I can still remember.
I want to welcome you guys to our episode. We're going to officially start our backstory generation for our series of 9 episodes. As we discussed on episode 141, establishing a backstory can be extremely beneficial, not just to the individual who is creating the character, but to the people that they establish their relationships with, and more importantly, the GM. And mainly because the GM can then use that backstory if they want to have adventure hooks, or later on they want to pop somebody in from somebody's backstory. You get a little bit more feeling out of the game as you do that. So we are going to what is the word? We're going to examine together the technique that I like to call the 3 W's technique.
Imagine if you will.
That's right. I'm going to give you, Dr. Deb and I are going to give you an example of how this is going to work after we do our introductions, and then we'll get into it. So before we do introductions, I want you guys to just think about,
Close your eyes.
and think about a character that you want to be.
Your eyelids are getting heavy. Sink down.
Okay, now that you've got that.
What setting?
So
that we know
none yet. So I'm glad that you guys have an idea of what you want, because there will be a quiz at the end of this.
A 3-question one, as a matter of fact.
A 3-question one. That's right. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our intros. We'll start to my right.
This is Dr. Deb.
This is Josh.
Prime.
This is Jeremy, a.k.a. Rygar, and I'm going to have a lot of questions.
That's fine.
My player's name is Lance.
There you go.
I'm Avital.
This is Princess Katie.
And of course, this is your convoluted and always running around the bush without actually getting to the answer host, Big Don.
Red Green?
Red Green, that's right. I love that show, by the way, as a side note.
Yes.
Okay, so Debbie and I are going to give you an example of how this is going to work across the board. Now, what I will end up doing is, because there are 7 of you, I'm going to be jumping around to different people. I've given everyone a piece of paper to kind of take notes. I am going to attempt to remember where I left off with your character, but what I'm trying to do with this exercise, that's the word I was trying to come up with earlier, obviously, I don't have a lot of experience in it, so I don't ever remember what it's called. So what I'm trying to do is not only help you flush out who your character is, but how you are and why you are associated with the other people at the table. Yes, Josh?
This is a very important element of this because, as we've mentioned, the who are you, where are you, why are you there, is part of what we've done in improv. And the other kind of rule, depending on what level of priority you want to set it, is the idea of saying yes and.
Yes.
The idea here being, as our group, because Don will probably divvy up the questions amongst each of us, asking different people, is whatever anyone answers is, you are going to say yes and add on to it. So
don't negate what somebody else does.
Right.
So if Deb
So you never
says,
shut anybody else down.
gives her name, and then Avital gives a location, that's where we're going. We can add to that location. So if we are on a farm in space, okay, we're on a farm in space. But just go with it. That's the whole point.
I like that. Gotta write that down.
So it's brainstorming.
They already did that
That's
in
exactly
Interstellar.
Yes.
It's storytelling brainstorming.
Are we
Yes.
allowed to have any
it's such a good
discussion?
movie.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
So when it's
This
Matthew
is
McConaughey.
this is totally free.
No, Lance, we're not
Okay.
doing that in
Anne
this
Hathaway.
game.
Okay.
You don't do that.
So-
that is not
Space.
not cool.
So I'm gonna give you kind of a framework to wrap your mind around that will be a little bit easier for you to understand than the abstract nature in which I'm approaching
Will it
this.
look like a tesseract?
If you've played Fiasco, Fiasco uses this element with dice. You roll dice, you establish relationships and identities between the people that are sitting next to you, and then you discuss your motives, why are you connected with those people, and then through the game you develop that. It's about the storytelling of what's going to happen, and then obviously at the end everything kind of falls apart. So the beginning element of Fiasco, you're creating your character, you're building the relationship of who are you, where are you, and why are you there.
There's also that process of selecting your dice.
That's true. So imagine this as an activity with no dice involved, only the inspiration of what's going on around you.
Alrighty.
So for your help, Rhaegar, I'll probably have you go last, or at least like near the end, so that you can kind of take what's going on around you. I love you, buddy. I'm going to help you by allowing you to take kind of what's going on around you to add to whatever elements you approach. Again, like I said, I'm going to hop around because the objective of this is to create a party of people that are connected in some way, shape, or form. This is to be used, in my opinion, it's best used before you have established what kind of character you're going to play in a game. This is to help you get the idea of the character in which you are playing. Go ahead, Jeremy.
So, Management 101, always let the introverts contribute when they're ready to contribute.
Right, absolutely.
And put them at the end to let them know they'll have to contribute.
Yes. Yeah. So be observant. Allow... You don't have to allow it to get ultra weird, but a little weird is fun. Do you see
the group of people that you have?
And yes, I know. I don't have to worry about that. But let's not take it
Family friendly.
That's right. That's what I was getting ready to
Family
say.
ultra weird.
We're doing this as a family friendly activity to show people who are getting into role playing. I would love to do this with a group of kids. I just thought about that.
Oh my gosh,
I
that'd
think
be
this would be
adorable.
hilarious.
I'll go ahead and involve
I would
them.
love
All
to do this
mentally
with
children.
a group of youthful children. Okay.
Heart.
Are you calling us old? That's rude. I'm hurt.
And you're over it.
Okay.
Move on.
All right. So I'm going to start with Dr. Deb because Dr. Deb and I have done an activity like this before. Well, we've done this activity it's just for a different game.
Good luck,
Yeah, I know.
introvert.
Don and I have had. Yeah, I know.
No,
That's
she'll be
okay.
all right, 'cause
My
she knows
IS,
what
I've
she's
had
expecting.
experience doing
Yeah,
this
she knows
before,
what she's
So I
expecting.
know what we're doing. Sort of.
Okay.
He's Don.
That's right. I'm going to answer one of Lance's most important questions right off the bat. Debbie, where are you?
I am in a open air market. A lot of stalls. A lot of people are selling products. Some are craft items. Some are farm items. There's some livestock over there. I think I hear a cow like bellowing out there somewhere. I can't really see it. People moving around. Calm spring day.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 17.
17. And you're at an open air market.
Yes.
There's a lot of livestock. There's a lot of agricultural trade going on.
Yes.
Why are you there?
I am selling products from my family's farm. We don't have a big farm,
Okay.
so I'm there in one of the booths selling products to people from the town who come to buy milk, eggs, the things you buy at a farmer's market.
Sure.
I am selling them to these people.
So you're selling farm produce.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Vegetables. There you
Fruits
go.
and vegetables.
Okay. So how large is your family's farm?
Oh, this is bad because I'm not. This is Deb. I'm not good with acres.
You can just how many cows do you have?
We have about 20 or 25.
Okay,
so not
okay.
a lot.
And you have chickens as well, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
How many chickens do you have?
We have more of those, more like 40, 45.
Okay. Let's see.
The farm's been in my family generation for 3 generations.
Sure.
It originally belonged to my great grandfather. He gave it to his grandfather,
Got it.
who is then my dad, and so I'm
Right.
living with my family on that farm.
How long has Josh been working for your farm?
He started working when I was about 14, about 3 years ago.
Okay. And Josh, what is your character's expertise on the farm?
I specialize in growing grain.
Okay, so you're a grain grower.
Sure.
That's a lot. That's hard to say.
I know.
What's your favorite kind of grain?
A big fan of barley.
Barley. Okay. Beer drinker.
Beer.
Not necessarily. That's refining.
That's true.
Good
That's true. That's true. Josh, why do you not like your job?
I'm not a big fan of having to
Wheat. You're not a big fan of wheat.
not a big fan.
Wheat byproducts.
That's punny.
Oh goodness.
I'm not a fan of the weather because
Okay.
it turns out that it's hotter in this region than where I originally was raised.
Sure. Where was that?
I was raised in more of a plains style
Is it a state?
location.
Is it a state?
Well, I mean, if we're going with the United States as a location, then I would say that I was.
If we weren't, where would it be?
Okay, fair enough. You know what? We'll go with the United States because
Okay.
the farm is currently in Montana.
Okay.
And I am from the Midwest.
Okay.
Indiana.
All right. Well, there
roughly.
you go. See? You see how that works? So
Indiana, roughly.
roughly. Terre Haute. It's almost on the line.
Almost further
Gary,
into the
which is
Midwest.
almost Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in Central Time, so.
Okay, so we're in Montana. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Montana. Okay, awesome. We're on a farm in Montana
That grows wheat.
that grows wheat, has
Barley.
cows and chickens.
And it's hotter than where he was born.
It's hotter than where he was born.
or grew up.
They're going through a heat wave, apparently.
But
Tropical heat wave.
he's 14. Was that?
He started working for Debbie's family when she was 14.
So I'm probably in my mid 20s.
Mid-20s.
I might
I'll
have a
say
crush on him.
25.
25.
Oh,
He's 25. And Debbie
The older
just revealed
man.
that she has a crush on him.
might.
Well, why wouldn't she?
Might.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
and
Yes, and.
Yes, and. All right. So, on your farm, you
have a cow.
you have cows, you have chickens, you have a gentleman that helps out with the growing of the barley.
Yes.
I wonder if barley is actually a cash crop of Montana.
I shall look.
So you should look.
Probably not.
Okay, Google.
So,
We were playing pretend.
right. So Prime,
Imagination time.
Prime, you
Our man, Tana's
for some reason you have always been somewhat jealous. Is it? Is it a cash crop of Montana?
It's well adapted to Montana's cool climate and high altitude.
Oh, look at that!
Like spring wheat, barley is planted in the spring and harvested in the fall. Oats
Nice.
are also important to the grain crop in Montana.
There you
There
go.
you go.
There you go.
That was all off the Google, but the whole barley thing was
That's
off the top
good.
of my head.
No, that's good.
Huzzah.
All right, Prime. You are a joker and a smoker.
And a midnight.
Midnight
Toker. So you have recently traveled to Montana.
Yeah, in the Steve Miller Band's bus.
That's right. Because that's where they like to hang out.
It's Montana.
And you're looking for work. Okay.
Sure.
What do you do?
I'm
Yeah.
and then I
Stop thinking about it. What is it?
It works best if you actually, there's not a lot of
A
thinking.
man
I
of
think
many
this-
words. He might go for a
Many
politician.
That's right.
so that's me.
Okay. So what
Mechanic.
guy? What mechanic? All right, boy. I'm glad you threw that in there because I was getting ready to stick you with something. All right. So you're a mechanic.
Yeah.
Why did you leave the military to be a mechanic in the civilian world?
Because I did my 8-year contract and decided that that was good for me.
Okay. So other than Montana, what was your favorite location to be stationed in?
Colorado.
Okay. All right.
I think he was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
I think he was in the Air Force.
Maybe in the Air Force,
Don't they have
NORAD.
an Air Force? It's an Air Force base in
I
Colorado.
was National
You know where they
Guard.
have where they have Star.
Lance is going to kill you. I can see the expression.
Love it. Love it. Okay,
Wow.
so Colorado National Guard, diesel mechanic,
And a darn good one.
and a darn good one at that.
What was it? Diesel mechanic or just mechanic?
He said mechanic.
He said mechanic. That is mechanic. We aren't
Yes,
sure yet.
and.
Oh, yes,
That's
and.
right. That's right.
That's right.
So, okay, Montana diesel mechanic.
Yeah.
You just happened into small town Montana. Mm-hmm. They're having a farmers market sale. Why did you decide to go to the farmers market sale? There, mechanic.
Because I was looking for business.
Okay,
Looking for somebody who might have a broken down tractor and
okay,
might need help getting it fixed up. And
sure. What's your name?
Bradley.
Bradley. All right, awesome. Cooper.
Yes.
All right, so Bradley, who did you come to Montana with?
My dog.
Always a solid choice.
Yes. And
My uncle.
your uncle.
My uncle.
All right, Katie, how do you feel about being an uncle to a former Colorado National Guard diesel mechanic that is in small town Montana, forcing you to come to a farmer's market?
Elderly and disgruntled.
Okay, so Lance,
boy.
how do you feel about being a dog?
Oh, my heavens.
I don't have any other reference, so I love it.
And how long have you been Bradley's dog?
In my years or his?
Yours, obviously.
21.
21.
Oh,
All right.
my.
Figure that out, math people.
Oh,
That would be 3.
Numbers are hard.
yes.
I'm an
Okay.
octogenarian. I can't math anymore.
Oh, so you're in your 80s. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
glad
I
goodness.
told you, elderly and disgruntled. I
That is
am
correct.
indeed.
Absolutely. Nice.
I was thinking to myself, an octogenarian that can't count and uses the phrase octogenarian.
That is
Yo,
correct.
dude, you don't need numbers to be good at vocab.
Maybe
Let's
she
get
does
real.
a lot
I may
of
not
crossword
remember, but I can
puzzles.
A
count.
lot, yes.
Yeah,
That's true.
Crossword puzzle.
That's true. What is that like? That's
Keeps
like a
your brain
30-point
active.
word right there on Scrabble.
Okay. Ooh, true.
I don't know. I don't even know how many letters. This is the
10.
first time I've ever even heard of that word. Dig on it.
Really?
They have different values.
Yes.
Why is it that every time I use the word octogenarian, nobody knows what it means? Side rant really quickly.
I knew it exactly what it
No,
meant.
everyone at work, I used the word one day and they're like, what's an octogenarian? And I was like, no, it means octo means 8.
A
Genarians
vegetarian
means
is someone who
Jewish.
eats nothing but vegetables, and an octogenarian is someone who only breathes.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
Octogenarian is someone who only breathes.
Yes, I knew exactly what you meant, Katie.
Okay. I'd
Oh,
like
me
to add
too.
that I'm a vegan.
There you go.
Elderly,
Right,
disgruntled, vegan, octogenarian.
Octogenarian.
I love that so much.
Oh, wow. You guys are naturals at this.
man.
Look at that.
We're just random.
Hey, that's also true.
That's okay. That's the point.
That's, yes.
Because after it's done, you'll be surprised you'll want to play this game.
Yeah. That's the
Or
thing.
you
Yes, will.
won't.
Yeah, you really, really don't.
Okay. So I'm going to do a recap. We've got Bradley, the former diesel mechanic in the military.
Currently,
who's
the only name
come-
we have.
Correct.
That's true. That's
all
true.
right.
I was going to get to that. Who has come to Montana with his octogenarian uncle, who is fairly disgruntled that he had to leave Colorado because, well, yeah.
I was a hippie.
There you
You're at the
go.
farmer's market
Octogenarian.
because you're a
Farmer-
vegan and,
And
you
you're
need
a
some
vegan.
vegetables.
You're a vegan hippie
Wow.
that needs some
Lettuce.
vegetables.
She doesn't want to come. You don't want to come by mine because I have eggs there, and so
Oh, there
you're
you
really,
go.
really
There you go.
cranky about it.
Lance is playing the part of Bradley's dog.
Spot.
The dog's name
That's
is
right.
Cooper, so it's Bradley and Cooper.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Dog.
Cooper.
That's my human given name.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
right.
well, you know, of
Obviously.
Obviously.
They're way low
Whoa,
class.
whoa, whoa. If that's your human name, what is your dog name?
In my tongue,
Yes.
the name I have been given is "He who has killed 1,000 rabbits."
Awesome.
So
Impressive.
Because on our planet,
Whoa.
Yes, and
So on our planet,
On our planet, the rabbits come and invade, and they try to eat much
my.
of the local
oh yes, the pen is
shrubbery,
now out.
greenery, vegetation, and then they leave our planet and go off in search of others that they can then
The rabbit
deforest.
plague.
Wow.
Yes, it happens about every 21 years.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
And I have sussed them out that they sometimes have layovers on this planet,
Oh.
usually about every spring, where they can they have their mating rituals and reproduce, and then they leave the planet in about what people call winter here.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So hibernation is just an excuse.
That's right.
So I'm here to
Thin the herd.
I'm a recon mission to find out how they get to our planet and see if I can stop it.
So you're a scout.
I am.
Oh. I like where this is going.
I'm loving I'm trying to take notes of everything I'm hearing here too. Katie is the elderly, disgruntled vegan hippie octogenarian uncle to
Right.
Prime,
To Prime, who's playing.
and now Cooper, he who has killed 1,000 rabbits,
Yes, absolutely.
is Prime's recon alien dog for 3 years,
right.
Yes.
for whom rabbits take over his planet about every 3 years, and has come to this
of
planet.
your years.
3 of our, right, yeah,
correct, 'cause-
It's come to this planet to stop them before they leave for your planet.
Yes.
That's
Wow.
That's right.
It just gets better.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Add
Okay.
adjectives as we talk.
Right.
And it all
absolutely.
started from me telling you that you're in a farmer's market.
That's
Just
right.
Remember.
Just
That's so funny.
remember your roots.
Yes, remember where you came.
And other vegetables too.
Yeah,
that's true.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tubers
yes.
and
You need-
legumes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leafy green things.
Leafy
Beans.
green things
Right.
like spinach.
Legumes.
What?
Yeah.
Creature,
Exactly.
1,000 legumes.
The Black Lagoon?
Exactly.
Yes, the creature from the
The black legume.
Legume.
I think that's a VeggieTales story.
It probably is.
Should
It
be.
should be if it's
It
not.
really should.
And we should get credit for that idea.
Yes.
All right.
You're right.
Joshy, what is your character's name?
My character's name is Joseph.
Joseph. All right. Deb, what is your character's name?
Vivian.
Vivian. All right. So we've got Vivian, Joseph,
I think her middle name should be Mary.
Bradley, his dog Cooper,
Excuse me?
/
He who has killed 1,000
he
rabbits.
who has killed 1,000 rabbits.
Like a kangaroo.
Cooper is
Okay.
my slave name.
HW. Wow.
Okie dokie. That's a good moment to come back.
I'm not gonna embellish on that anymore.
Yeah. Katie, what is the disgruntled uncle's name?
I really just like disgruntled uncle, but
Sure. In the credits, it'll just say disgruntled uncle. Bradley's disgruntled uncle.
as himself.
As him, it's actually Bradley's uncle.
Oh, wow.
So would that mean Bradley's last name is Uncle?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
There
Bradley.
you go.
Uncle.
Bradley,
Bradley
and
uncle,
his dog
okay.
Cooper.
My uncle. Your uncle.
He's the man from Uncle.
It's uncle,
He's the
uncle,
man from Uncle.
Uncle, yeah. Uncle, I like that, actually. Yeah, our
Oh,
last
my.
name's Uncle.
That's
So,
great.
obviously I'm from your dad's side of the family then.
Right.
Okay.
So
Good
you're
to
Unc.
know.
Yep.
When he was
and
little,
you're
he used to call you
80.
Unk.
So wait,
No one knows my actual name. I won't tell anybody. I haven't since
He
Nom.
has too many warrants. He has too many warrants out for his arrest to, talk about his actual
I'll
identity.
tell you my identification number, but you can't have my
right.
name.
Hey,
That's right.
Katie. Maybe the dad took on the mother's name.
Oh.
That's true. Some people do that. Maybe you're hyphenated.
How hippie are you?
You are a hippie.
You really
Yeah,
are
but
hippie,
that doesn't
yeah.
mean my brother was a hippie.
Oh.
I could have been the rebellious hippie one, and he was straight laced.
But it could have been related to upbringing.
I can't wait to hear this story in the next episode.
All right. Goodness. See, I didn't
Things
even...
to think about.
I'm just, just leaving it out there. Avital, what do you do for the farmer's market?
What do I do for the farmer's market?
Stuffing things.
etc.
What she said. I do the advertising.
Okay.
Advertising.
Yeah, like I
All right.
write the jingles and I do the
Sure.
flyers and stuff like that.
Sure. What is your character's name? Okay, awesome. So
Is it Sir
is it
or
Sir
have you forgotten?
or have you forgotten? I'll come back to that question. I'll let you mull it over because I know names and I know you and I know that it takes you forever to come up with a name.
right.
So you've worked for the farmers market now for how long?
5 years.
5 years. 5 years. Okay, and you do advertising, but you didn't start out in advertising. What did you start doing when you started working at the farmers market?
I don't like to think about that because I don't like cleanup.
Okay.
All right, so
Gross cleanup. Because there's lots of animals around and everything.
Sorry.
No fun.
So you were janitorial staff? Is that what you're saying?
Custodian.
I've moved up
Thank
in the
you.
world.
Custodian.
that's
She's a
right.
plumber.
Janitor, custodian are still better than trash keeper.
FN 209.
If you really like
That's right.
trash.
She was an aspiring marketer and did what she had to do to get into the position of power that she is now in.
And for any of our listeners, please, when you see somebody doing a job like this, say thank you. And let them know how much you
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because
Throw your
you
trash
could
on the
be in
floor to
that
keep them
position.
working.
No.
It's
And
like
formerly
It's like when you're
Dorlands,
at
everything you
Walmart,
say.
make sure that everything you have in your cart that you're not actually going to get, you take over to the toy aisle and drop it all there so that somebody has a job. to
Do not listen to a word that Donald is telling you right now. That is the rudest thing
I
you
am a
can do.
horrible,
job security,
I'm
people.
a horrible person.
As someone who's worked retail, I will find you and punch you in the throat.
Preferably somebody who's gotten stuff from like the dairy aisle and
Just saying, something that has a
And
shelf
opened it to
life.
smell it.
Yeah. Had a couple
The established
slugs of
facts does not
milk before.
condone any of this behavior.
The best way to turn somebody
We're saying
violent,
yes
put
and,
them in the
sir.
service industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not in the story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was an
Okay.
aside.
All right.
At the
So
farmer's market, to leave the dairy open, you just let the cows out.
True.
there you go. There you go. So I'm going to move over to Rhaegar now. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, good.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
So you're there. You're at the farmers market with your brothers. How does it feel to be a rabbit in this day and age?
You got to keep busy. There's always something to go do.
Yeah. And how long have you been on this planet?
About 3 months.
3 months. Okay. All right. And by now I'm sure you've had like 2 or 3 or 4 or 28 litters of little ones.
Myself, 12.
12 litters of rabbits. 12. Jeremy, what is your name?
Thumpers.
Thumpers. Obviously.
Obviously.
I was one of
both
the
a name
few to
and
get
a
away
job
with
description.
not having a junior
Oh,
tacked on.
okay. All right.
Maybe the third.
The third.
Thumper's the third.
Thumpers the third.
Esquire.
Makes sense to me.
I like it. I
It's
like
even
it.
better to write down Thumper's I.
And what is your favorite part about the farmer's market? Thumper the third.
All of the stuff that falls to the ground.
Okay, so you just try and grab as many scraps as you can, and where did you stay before you showed up at the farmers market?
I've been staying somewhere to the northwest.
Let me ask a different question. How many other of your kind are still residing on the mothership?
Maybe 27.
27? And out of your 3 weeks of time on Earth that you have...
3 months. 3 months.
3 months of time you have on Earth, how much of that time do you have left?
I'm actually not sure.
Perfect. Okay, so we have Thumper the Third, the alien rabbit, with an unlogged timeline. We have Lance. Every time I look at Lance, he just gives me this look like, you better say my name right. He who has slain,
Killed.
murdered,
And
1,000.
maimed 1,000 rabbits. That's right. We have Avital. Do you have a name yet? Jane. All right, Jane, the advertising and marketer of the farmers market. That's right. We have Unk, the 80-year-old disgruntled
Caveman.
character.
No one is allowed to call me that except for him.
That was her.
I beat
call
them
sign.
profusely with my cane if they do.
That was her call sign when she was in the military.
Unk.
No, caveman.
Caveman.
I could be cool with that.
We have
I'm
Bradley
also
the
very
diesel
hairy
mechanic.
in the face area.
Okay.
Whoa,
All right.
that's fun.
Rocking the
And
beard.
now describe your
Rocking
character.
it.
Yeah.
Oh. He said you have a beard.
Make a sad face.
It's only a little one.
I mean, just look on the bright side. At least it's not.
Yeah, Josh with his literal caveman beard over there.
Yeah, dude, you're out of control.
I'm out of control. Running wild.
We
That explains why you're no longer in the military.
Face beard, hipster beard, your beard, mountain man.
I can get you
It's
an
true.
infographic if you want.
You
I don't know what
are
that means.
A little pictorial
Anything beyond
graph
that is
that
either
shows
hermit or
from
wizard.
no beard to full beard.
They're one and the
in the
same.
spectrum that they're in.
I like that.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Josh is playing Joseph. Debbie's playing Vivian.
Do you have a dream coat?
Okay, so we know how.
Like every alien story, there's two regular people.
Right.
But you don't know which they are.
Exactly. So we know how Bradley and I'm just gonna say it, Cooper and yeah, thank you. Snarl at me on the mic. And Bradley's uncle, Bradley's disgruntled uncle. Sorry, uncle. Are all associated. Obviously, we're all at the farmers market. We know that
Run gold.
disgruntled.
Disgruntled.
Disgruntled. Chewing on.
Moving on.
Yeah. Peanut butter.
Jelly time.
Thumper the Third is there in hiding.
Thumpers the third.
Is there in hiding, trying to determine
There
how
is an
long
S
he
on it.
actually has before his mothership either finds him or leaves him,
I'm just waiting for
And then
the
he's
signal.
got a phone home.
and then he's going to phone home.
It's going to be like
That's
a
right.
bell,
So, we need to establish.
I think.
The facts.
I love you guys. Doing my job for me. Okay. Jane.
Yes?
Not you.
You ignorant. Oh, wait.
Okay. Jane,
Yes?
you are.
Be quiet, Jeremy.
You've been participating with the farmers market now for 5 total years. And it seems like Vivian is a regular attendee of the farmers market. What was the conversation you had with her yesterday as she was setting up her booth? What did just, you don't have to give a detailed description, but maybe just some overall points.
I asked her if she had any specific things she wanted included on the advertising.
Okay, all right. And Vivian's parents, Ma and Pa, they gave you some advice for continuing to climb the farmers market ladder. What was that advice?
Let's see.
If you can't do it, what's the phrase? If you can't be good, that's what it was. If you can't be good, then be good at it. That's the advice I give anybody. If you can't be good, have a good weekend. If you can't be good at it. All right.
This man teaches children.
That's right. I do. Just mine, though. What are we at, Joshy? Time-wise?
We are at 35 minutes.
35 minutes. So, now that you have established that you are all at the farmer's market, you are all here for similar reasons, to sell produce, to buy produce, to average the amount of income you can base your life on with the selling of barley, and then to find, long-eared rodents and destroy them for the good of your own planet. Is that fairly accurate?
Rough.
See? I knew that I was seeing eye to eye with he who has destroyed 7,000 rabbits.
Oh, sorry.
He's gonna smack
That's
you.
my uncle.
Oh, sorry.
Because he always killed 1,000.
Oh. See, are you aspiring to be your uncle?
No.
No?
He's an evil man.
I'm my own canine.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right. So that
It's
is
one
an
of those
example.
names you have to live up to, though.
It is. That is. I know this is a shorter episode. How did you guys feel about that?
It was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So that's kind of the 3W technique. It's
Hold
a
on.
little...
I sense hesitation from over there.
In the forest.
What?
Did you enjoy yourself?
Huh? Yeah.
Are you
Sorry,
sure?
I was
All right.
distracted by something on my phone.
All right, fair enough. Lance? I saw a little. You go. Okay, because I saw hesitation over there.
See, what I'm doing while you all are speaking is writing my backstory in my head.
Oh, I see.
Gosh.
Like, am I going to be a werewolf or not? Am I actually a rabbit in wolf's clothing?
There you go.
And what I'm doing when you're not paying attention is not paying attention. So
It's okay. I'm ready. Like as the game master, like ready to come up with what's going to initiate getting everybody together.
Sure.
Because like I'm going to find this mysterious rabbit's nest in the middle of the barley field. Like why are they out there?
Why are they glowing?
And I've been thinking about function. Like what role do I play within whichever group I'm a part of?
You're a rabbit.
That's right.
Right, but
Maybe I've got a job.
Primary
Your job
scout?
is one of reproduction, and
Or maybe it's his job to be the peacekeeper between the
Deforestation.
rabbits and dogs.
Or maybe I'm counterterrorism.
Homeland Security. That's it.
That's a possibility too.
That's
So,
awesome.
examples of how you can use this technique to just have fun, grow some character, and in general, this is kind of a game. Like you look for different ways to connect everybody, and I kind of went a little bit sideways as to what probably a traditional "who are you, where are you, why are you there" might go by
leading.
By leading, yes, but also there's always a lot of information that has to be assumed until it is defined. So when I say, Josh, how long have you worked at the farm that Debbie's family owns? That is assuming a lot of information and putting that in here. But I think what it does is, it allows you to have a direction to run in. So even though Josh is, a barley farmhand, he may also be a secret agent that is keeping an eye on the farm because they know that
Maybe
there
he
is...
doubles as the
Going
CEO.
rabbits?
Maybe he knows that there is an extraterrestrial rabbit infestation that he has to deal with, and he's trying to find his partner, Cooper.
Maybe
and
he's
he doesn't
also
really
her
know what
father.
Cooper looks like.
Men in Black.
You see what I've done? So this is kind of a way that you can use the "who are you, where are you, and why are you there" improv tool to kind of play with backstories and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Jeremy, how did you feel?
Confused.
Confused? Why?
There's a lot of aspects of myself that I was trying to flesh out that I didn't know how to flesh out.
Okay, like what?
Role, function, where are we going, what are we doing?
Oh, that's right. You're a T. I'm just
I
kidding.
understand that.
I totally get it.
And also, depending on how much time you have, because when we did it with Bonnie and Carrie and myself and Dawn, I think we were doing it for an hour and a half.
I was there,
2
too.
hours. You were also like staring at the TV for the first
I
half
was
of
the
it.
Undertaker. Thank you very much.
You were the Undertaker.
I also understand that
I'm
Jeremy
saying,
wants to be a part of the group.
No,
he
an
wants to
actual
have
Undertaker.
either
Like,
a
he worked for the- he was a
starring or a
local
support
mortician at
role.
where we're at.
Yeah.
And casting as a rabbit
Right.
that immediately puts him on the outside of that, and
Sure.
he would have to work himself in harder than someone who was a human at this particular table.
Or a dog.
No, yeah.
True. So
I mean, I don't care about being the villain.
Sure.
Jeremy's like,
Well,
I
and
got
it doesn't
that.
even mean that you have to be the villain if you go the route. You can say, if you didn't know what your timeline was and you had not completed your mission, and all of a sudden your mothership takes off, and now you have to figure out how to get back home, and the only way you can do that is, and just kind of playing with the different elements and different ideas of how to spin your character as to, okay, well, I'm not really enemies with all of these people. The dog, on the other hand, we're not going to see eye to eye, But that's kind of the relationship that you have when you're a paladin and a rogue in a party. It's like
I've never had that issue as a paladin.
That's because the rogue doesn't talk to you.
Exactly.
Or when they do, they just tell you exactly what's going on.
And then I put them through some kind of a sin plan to,
Right.
to
Absolutely.
make them
Which is your role. That's what you should definitely do. Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time. I know that, again, this is somewhat of a short episode, but I feel like the background stories, they don't have to be super long. It kind of gives you an element to grow on. And Jeremy, I'd be totally fine with sitting down and doing a fun one-on-one back and forth to kind of help you flesh out a character like that if you wanted to do it. The next episode, 143, we are going to use a technique that Josh has recently used with the, and I know that Fear the Boot uses it a lot.
It's the group template.
Group
And
template.
if you'd like,
I
I
don't know why.
can go through it. I've done it, so I kind of know
That's
the
fine.
process.
Yeah,
if
that's
you'd like.
fine. I don't mind. But that's going to be episode 143. We're going to do an examination of the group template and have some fun with that. And then the goal is once we get all three of these backgrounds done, we're going to kind of break the characters up and see what we can do into turning them into playable characters for a 5-session run of a Pathfinder one-shot that I've put together. So
that is the setting we're going to use.
Well, or is it we're going to do all three of the backgrounds and then choose which one?
yeah, that's what
Oh, I
we're
like
going to
that
do. All
better.
three of the backgrounds, and we're going to go through the characters and choose what
Choose our
people want to
favorite
play.
ones.
And then from the foundation of those characters, we'll put the party together, and we're going to do a session 0 for the party members that decide, or the characters that decide that they're going to be there. So, yeah, Jeremy.
Real quick, the 3 W's again were who?
Who are you? Where are you? Why are you there?
Thank you.
And with people who are experienced enough, you actually, if you've been doing this for a while, you don't really need a game master. If you're good enough, and if you're also willing to work together as a team enough, because it kind of got to a point. At one point, I'm pretty sure Don just sort of bowed out, and Carrie and Bonnie and I did it for a little bit, and then we started bringing in
And Josh.
Josh was there, but he wasn't at the beginning of it, is the reason why. Initially, it was the three of us. Initially, it was Bonnie and I, and then Carrie came in, and then
It's
Josh
true.
came in as the fourth character. I specifically remember this because it was such a cool thing. So Josh did come in as the fourth character in this group. So you actually don't need. So if you're like, well, I don't really have a game master, but I think my wife and I might have a good time, or maybe my friends and I might have a good time doing this. You can. It's literally you start off, okay, person A, who are you, where are you, why are you here, and then next person, and you can just keep doing it that way.
And I think the difference between when we did it that way and what we just did here is I allowed you and Josh to establish the where are you. Mm-hmm. When we did it the first time, I established the where are you.
Correct.
And it was a very loose way. I just said high fantasy setting.
Yes. Yep. But that at least gave us a beginning point. Like, okay, are
So-
we, are we in Star Wars? Are we in Star Trek? Are we,
Right.
There's so many options of settings. So.
And by no means in any measure whatsoever am I practiced in doing this. I've only done it a couple of times. So I apologize if there are other improvers out there that are like, no, you forgot this rule. But, this is just for fun. And just wanted to show kind of an examination of how it can work to help start building backstories with one another. And then from there you can continue on to flush those out as a group, or you can break up into individuals or small parties of 2 and 3 people and just kind of flush things out. Go ahead, Jeremy.
And if there's anybody out in the audience in internet land in the Blargosphere who have those rules and would like to share them, feel free. I'd be interested in hearing more.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes.
The Blargo Blarg?
The Blargo Blarg.
Blarg, blarg.
Blargy blarg.
Seems good to me.
Careful, you almost said some words that you shouldn't, Josh.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
No! You never ever say that!
That was
don't
awesome.
say blah, blah, blah.
It was you.
Okay.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
When
Yep.
the wind's gonna roll down the plains.
Yep.
What do you got?
Anyway, on our last episode,
Lay it on us, Don.
episode 141
I want to know
of the Established Facts,
what the fact was.
it was whether it's meth, math, sleep, and inspiration you're missing.
I am.
Remember, a great backstory can always mold squirrel. And on episode 142 of the Established
That
was
sounded
awesome.
off
Established
so
Facts.
good and ended so weird.
The
on
established
episode
facts.
142 of the Established Facts,
Bum, 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 bum.
we have established that Lance plays an awesome dog and an oxygen. What is the word?
Octogenarian.
An oxygenarian is one that only breathes. Thank you so much for listening to episode 142. We hope you had a good time, and we will check you later.
Bye.
Please visit us at www.theestablishedfacts.com and our Facebook page, facebook.com/theestablishedfacts. If you would like to support us by buying some merchandise, visit cafepress.com/castingrobot.
Bonus!